hello today, Jess. How are
Hello today, Des. I'm well. I'm tired.
Yeah, I feel that one.
Yeah.
This is the tired episode.
Nice. Okay, well, thanks for joining us in the Vis.
No, but seriously, how are you?
Tired.
Was that all you've been this past week?
Yeah, I've been super exhausted this past week, actually, more than normal.
Yeah.
Just been doing a lot, like, after work, so.
Did that lady ever come back?
Oh, no.
Okay. That's good, I guess.
Yeah.
The one looking for a job?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't know, listen to last episode. How are you, though?
Oh, I'm good. Today specifically I was kind of busy today. And I was telling my partner, I said, I hope I'm not spreading myself too thin. I was like, because I try my hardest not to do that because I do be feeling so beat after. It's like, especially on a Sunday, it's like, I go back to the work week and try my hardest not to make my Sunday my busy day, but it just so happened. And like, it's been 2 weeks now that I haven't watched JoJo's with one of my friends because it's just been such busy Sundays.
Yeah.
But It feels really lame because it's like, that is something I really, really want to do. Yeah. But then it's like, if I did that, then I would be like, everything would be so close together. I would feel so nervous or anxious or whatever it is all the time. Like, I would just feel sweaty all the time. And I don't want to feel that way, so.
Yeah.
But I feel like I didn't overwhelm myself, but it was kind of a busy day. I went to the, that punk flea market. What is it called? Whatever. And I don't know. They have it all the time. Yeah. But, this is my first time going. Nice. And I didn't really know what to expect. Yeah. The bands were good. And they're playing the whole time you're, like, walking around and stuff. The aisles are obviously... I mean, I don't know. I'm not, again, it's my first time. I don't know if this is like all cons and stuff like that or like all like types of venues like that where it's like inside. Yeah. But the like walkways are so narrow and it just kind of, because it's so busy. Also, parking was horrible. But because it's so busy, it feels like somebody's always walking behind you and it always feels like you have to kind of keep going. Yeah. It feels like you can't even stop. Yeah. And so that kind of I don't know, kind of hurt my back. I don't know if you do that where like, or if anybody knows what it's like to like it's in your posture and in your body, the way that your awkwardness or your uncomfortableness.
You're like cranked over.
Exactly. I'm like, my back is like getting tighter and I'm like trying to make myself as small as possible. I was like, I don't know. And my back started hurting. I was like,
oh my gosh.
But I got like some amazing prints and stickers and my partner got some records there.
Nice.
And I think I sent you a picture of my JoJo stuff I got.
Yes,
I was so excited and so happy to see anything JoJo's there. And especially because, obviously these people are making them themselves. Yeah. So I was like hella happy to like support that because I was like, yeah, give me all the JoJo stuff. The Jolene things are my favorite. They're the cutest. I love the art style. Yeah. And but can I just say something? I don't know if this is like, because I don't want to say anybody was doing this, but this is just what it felt to me. Okay. There was this one, like, I guess booth or whatever it is set up, and they had like, some of it was jewelry. I was like looking at the rings, and I just like noticed they had a lot of like some of the same rings and whatever, and that's fine. But a lot of those rings were like Shein type rings. Oh, okay. And it's like, I never asked how much they were going to charge, but it's like anything above $1 for a Shein ring is ludicrous. Because I know you only paid like $1, $2 for a set of rings. Yeah. And like, so that was kind of preposterous, especially to be selling something like that, fast fashion or dropship stuff at a flea market. Yeah. And a punk one at that. It's like, that's not very punk, but yeah, who am I to say, I guess. But I thought it would be really cool. It's actually a really good idea for vendors or like other people who make their own art to like do stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of my
friends go vend there.
Yeah, it's like really cool. There's a lot of like artisanal stuff. And you know what I saw, Jess? I gotta go back. I want to go back again and go strictly for this. Like get money enough for go this. Yeah. They have little punk vests for your animals. Oh. And they give you 3 patches if you buy a vest or whatever. And I was like, oh, but I couldn't like think about their size or anything. I was like, I have to get like measurements or something. Yeah. Yeah, so they can get their like patches and stuff. I just thought that was so cute. It was like, oh, little punk pets. That'd be adorable. But yeah, have you been to that?
I haven't gone. Sorry, I haven't gone. But yeah, my friends always like tell me I should go check it out because a lot of them do vend there and stuff. But
pretty sick.
And I have friends that go all the time, but not really my scene.
Yeah, you're not too into that crowdedness.
Yeah, I'm always working.
That too. I know, it's always so... Honestly, it's rare for things to be going on days that I have any time, I feel like.
I totally understand. I know, I was at work, and I was telling my coworker, who's one of my friends from, like, high school, and I was like, wow. I was like, now my friend's making me jealous hanging out with my other friends doing stuff. And then they were like, you're here with me. Shut up. And I was like, oh...
Valid.
I was like, I mean, just like not being at work. Though.
Yeah,
that was
I
my
know.
point.
Like not being at work is the best.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I mean, most of the time I don't even do anything, and it felt like one of the. I mean, like I'm glad I did it and stuff, but it was definitely one of those things where it was like that internal monologue was like, did I make the right decision? Do I have enough time for this? Like, am I gonna enjoy myself?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be weird? But then it's like once it's like happening and you're going through, it's like, I don't know, it's fine. Like this is just normal. This is normal stuff. And like, so that was cool. We made salsa. Nice. She was like making me a mango habanero salsa, so we like grilled the stuff and then like whatever processed it or whatever. And I kind of want one of those processors. She has a cool one. I was like, I kind of want one.
Yeah, I have a ninja one.
Oh yeah, she's too cool, ninja.
I got it for Christmas. Thanks, Mom.
What do you use it for?
I haven't used it yet. But for like, I don't know, it came in a set. Yeah. But I was thinking I was gonna start using it for like some of the meal prep stuff.
Yeah, dude. Because I was like, dang, that's salsa, and it came out so good. Like at first, the first like obviously we're tasting it like each time.
Test. Yeah.
And the first time we tasted it, it was like so fucking spicy, bro. We were like, like choking on the air. It was so funny. Like it was funny. But yeah, we did that, and then I forced her to watch Fallout the first episode. We only watched the first episode.
Did she like it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't necessarily ask scary? Her. Oh. No. Okay. She did agree that it was very gory though. Like I was saying, it's pretty gory because she saw the scene with the head. Yeah. And she was like, "That's pretty gory." And I was like, "Yeah." But I think when we got to the ghoul. Yeah. Because I was telling her that the ghoul,
after the ghoul?
Because I was like, the ghoul's kind of like big right now. It's like people are kind of like really into him and like making fan fictions about him and stuff. And then we were watching, and he does what he does at the first scene, and then she's like, I can see why people are interested in him. And then boom, 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 and then his ending scene is like what he does last. Yeah, she was like, yeah, he is cool. He is cool. And I was like, yeah, he is. He's very cool. It's like, just if you keep watching, it's cooler. Yeah. I was like, but I guess, like, I kind of take back. I think on last episode I said that, like, anybody could watch it, even if you play the games. And I still think that's true. Yeah. But I think you might have more questions if you don't watch it with somebody who knows what stuff is. Because when I was watching it with her, after Lucy does, like, figure out what's happening really quick, like in the first episode or whatever, and she gets injured, she injects herself with a stim pack. Yeah. And if you didn't know what a stim pack was, you might be like, what was that? Like, what does she do? Or like, what is it?
Okay, I was going to say, I thought, but yeah, I guess if you don't play video games.
Yeah, if you don't really get that vibe of a health.
I was like, oh, it's just a
regen.
Stim.
Yeah, exactly.
But I played COD.
Yeah, well, because our friend asked me, she was like, so what does that do? And I was like, well, basically it like in the game it regenerates your health faster than just like trying to heal like with water or whatever. And I was like, and then there's like another scene where somebody inhales a drug in the game called Jet. But if you didn't know that, you might not know that it's called Jet. And you might not that the name is important, but you might not know what it does. Yeah, because it's not like the effects we actually see in the show because it ends so quickly. Yeah, but. So I also felt like I was like, oh, well, that's this drug or whatever. Yeah. But not that that's super important to the story. I think you can have those questions and still enjoy the story. But I just think that if you did have those like little, it's just more fun if you do know what those things are, I guess.
Well, do they explain those? Because I know you said you finished it. Like, do they explain them later on in the show? Like
those specifically Stimpaks Jet, like, no.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they actually do kind of go into the drugs. Maybe next season they will. Maybe they'll say it like more. Yeah. But I have no idea. I can't guarantee that. But I think you're right. Maybe if it's like if you've played games before, you have like a lot of that general idea of what it is, like because that's a pretty common gameplay mechanic. Then maybe it is pretty like maybe that's this or related to this or whatever. But still a good show. I think everyone should kind of give it a shot, even if you just watch the first episode because I thought the first episode was even really really good too. But I will say they said that it seemed kind of like there was a lot going on. And I felt like, okay, I can maybe see why somebody would think that. I mean, since they're introducing 3 characters in the first episode. Yeah. But I feel like they do it pretty well. I don't know. You watched it? The first episode? I just
watched it.
And what did you think? Do you think they did it well, like introducing 3 different characters? Or do you think it felt so much?
It didn't feel like a lot at all. Okay. In my opinion. For me personally,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think people should give it a shot. I thought it was a good show. Especially the last episode. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, my partner's like, best last episode
it was so
ever.
Good. I know. When your partner texted the group chat, it was like, dude, so good. I was like, yeah. I was like, absolutely.
You're like, yeah.
I was like, that's what we've been saying. Yeah, but yeah. And it was cool. I mean, yeah. But so making salsa was really, really fun and really delicious. And I brought a jar home, so maybe I can give you some if you like that stuff. It's kind of really spicy.
Oh, so you know I don't do any salsa.
I know. It's like super spicy. And I felt
maybe my partner will try it or something.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Definitely.
How's the rest of your week been?
Good. The work week kind of flew by. Well, the first Monday, Tuesday maybe slow, but Wednesday and then Thursday were great. They just kind of flew by for me. So I think that's because of what I was doing at work. It was just like by myself to my own self, and I just kind of like did my own thing, and it just was nice.
It's always nice when you're in your own world. Don't got to deal with anyone.
Absolutely. And then we are talking about colors to paint our living room when we move.
Nice.
And so I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
I think, I don't know, I have to talk to you more about it, but I think I might do, not like paint the whole thing, maybe do like an accent wall type thing.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing these cool ways that people do stuff. Like, I don't know if you've seen like the people that paint just their ceiling.
Yeah.
But they'll paint just their ceiling and then like an edge around it. It's so cool.
I haven't been able to find that video to show you what I was telling you about that video that like it has like the ceilings painted, just this wall, just these parts of the wall. And like it changes the whole room. It's so cool.
It looks so cool. I love stuff like that. But that's like very ambitious and whatever.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a really good idea and it's cool. So I'm just looking at ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty good. But what about you? How's your whole week been?
Good. I was like, let me think. I was gonna ask you before, did you do anything special for the big 420?
Oh, the palindrome thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Me and my partner took our dogs to hang out with my friend and her partner and their weenie dogs. And so that was really fun. We partook in the
celebration
experience. Yeah, the celebration that everyone was doing on that day. I went to a coworker's house also. I'll have to tell you about that later.
Okay.
But I went to my friend's house with the weenie dogs. And we took a little walk around their they have like a water thing behind them. I don't know what it's called, like creek. It was cool. Watched a little Avatar: The Last Airbender with them because they're rewatching it. So we're watching it with them. And then just the dogs had so much fun. I was worried because Chica, my eldest dog that I own, she's very old. And I'm always worried because she's so ratty and like kind of bitchy to people sometimes that she might be really mean to other dogs.
Yeah.
But she was like super chill. She did not care. She just wanted to like sniff and just be there and vibe. So I actually think she's like probably the opposite of exactly what I thought she was when it comes to other dogs. So that's good. I just had fun. Did you do anything on that day?
Worked.
And that's all?
That's all.
Yeah. You're not allowed to celebrate at work? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. You shouldn't do that. I think
some people did. Yeah, but my week's been good. I worked and then I did my friend's hair on Tuesday. Dude, all the days just blur together. It's so hard to like think about what I did.
I know.
I did not go to the movies this week. I did not watch anything new this week.
Dang.
Did we play video games this week? No.
No.
Yeah, I did not play any video games this week. I don't think so. That was last weekend, right? Yeah.
Dang, for real, it's been forever.
Yeah, I literally haven't done anything really. I think just work, and then I'm trying to think. I don't think I slept. Napped, good. I think. I'm like drawing huge blanks.
Maybe that, I don't know, maybe that's what you did.
I think I hung out with oops.
You hung out?
Yeah, I hung out with my friend one of the days for sure. I think on Thursday? Yeah, I hung out with my friend on Thursday, and we just watched some TV and got some good food.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think besides that, just work.
Did you watch the new Not Dead Yet?
Yes, yeah. Did you?
Yes! The newest one, right?
It? Yeah.
Yeah, with the dad?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was really cute, actually. I liked it. And, because that one's titled, what, Not You, Not Yet? Or is that the last one? Is this the one where they decide they're not going to try her and the guy?
Yes.
Okay, then, yeah, that's what it's titled. When I first started, I remember noting that, like, it's called Not You, Not Yet. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder if it's going to be, like, which thing. And then when it was that, because it was about the idea of kids.
Yeah.
And it totally got me when he was like, yeah, I raised my siblings and stuff. He's like, I don't want kids. Like, he seemed like he was gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely seemed like he was gonna, but he didn't. And I was like, but it's so similar, but not exactly that story. But I was on that Facebook group I'm part of. Yeah. And somebody was anonymous posted and said that they need advice if they should break up with their partner or tell their partner it's me or the dog. And basically,
bye.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the answer is so obvious. That's pretty much what everybody was saying in the comments. Like, if you give anybody an ultimatum, but let alone one about their animals, like, you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
And if you're already having issues with this, it's like clear that you're not gonna win. And like, whatever, don't get your feelings hurt. But the way that this person was talking about the dog and like I guess their problems with the dog, because they're mad about the dog getting hair everywhere and the fact that the dog sleeps in the bed, and they were complaining that their partner doesn't take care of the dog, like clip its nails or wash them or da-da-da. And so people were saying, well, have you considered like telling them that they should take better care of their dog if that's the issue?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, yes, and that he says he's too busy with work and stuff. And so she's saying, so I'm telling him to give it up to the pound.
Yeah.
And like get rid of the dog. And people are like, well, I don't know. When I read like the wording choice, it just seemed very aggressive. Like, you didn't like the dog, you weren't gonna like the dog. There was no chance for the dog. Like, the dog wasn't gonna get liked by you because you think it should just be sent away or get rid of or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. There's no trying, so I feel like the dog never had a chance. But I feel like this is similar to that episode about, because she's struggling to tell him that she's freezing her eggs. Yeah. Because she doesn't know if that's too serious of a conversation. Yes. But I feel like just like the animal thing where you might not think that's too serious of a conversation or not serious enough of a conversation to even have, it is one you should have. Like, how do you feel about animals? How do you feel about kids? Do you like animals? Do you like dogs or cats? Because I know that I love other people's cats. I personally don't think I want a cat because they get on counters. And that's cool for other people. I just don't want my cats getting on counters. My dogs don't get on counters. My dogs are small. I also have a preference in size of animals. I let my dogs sleep in the bed with me. My dogs are my best friends and my babies. Yeah. Other people sometimes see animals as whatever their role is if they have like one of those working dogs, like a guard dog or whatever. Yeah. Or like an outside dog. Like some people think all dogs should only be outside always. Some people don't let them in their bed or in their rooms or whatever. And like, I think that's really important to distinguish, just the same way it's important to distinguish whether you want to have kids or not. Because this girl's over here saying now, like, she has to leave her partner. She doesn't want to be with him. She's so upset because he loves his dog that way.
Yeah.
And she doesn't see that dog that way. And it's like, if this conversation would have had in the beginning of the relationship, then you wouldn't have been surprised and you wouldn't be here now. So that's definitely one of those things where I feel like I don't know, reading that conversation, I was like, maybe actually people don't talk about it enough, like the way that they love animals, because not all of us love them equally. I don't know.
Valid. That's crazy.
I know. But yeah, I don't think I've watched anything new elsewise though.
Yeah.
I've just been playing Fallout Shelter, and I downloaded Hearthstone again. I was gonna download Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
But it was right there recommended Hearthstone. And I was like, well, I already know how to play Hearthstone. I was like, I'm gonna get Hearthstone. So I got Hearthstone. But then when it's like running really weird, and I'm
Marvel Snap will probably run a little bit better. Yeah, if you do play it, let me know, because then we can battle each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll get it then. Because it's also not letting me sign into an account on Hearthstone.
Oh, so okay.
I might just do that anyway, get Marvel Snap.
Yeah. When I got home today from work and stuff, my partner was making us burgers, and his little brother and sister came over, and they brought us milkshakes from the Exotic Milkshake Bar. And I hadn't heard about it. And it was so freaking good.
Oh, good.
Look, let me show you the one I got.
What is it? Sprinkles? It's like a birthday cake or something? Yeah,
so there's, don't know. It tasted really good.
They used to be in the mall. Or is this the one in the mall?
No.
They used to be one in the mall. They set off of
Second somewhere.
Oh, okay.
That one has like 2 little mini cupcakes on it with candles. And then the rim of the cup is frosting with sprinkles around it. And then I want to say like fudge with ice cream. I don't know. It's good though.
I cannot front to you. That sounds delicious. But the idea of frosting or anything sticky being on the outside of the cup is so unnecessary for me that it turns me off.
Well, it wasn't like sticky. It doesn't touch you at all. I'm like, it's all the way at the top of the cup.
So then what's the point of it?
I lick that shit off, dude. Raw, like in between the little lid slit.
Yeah, it's turning me off. Like, that sounds so gross.
Well, only that one. My partner's was like a bubblegum one with like Sour Patch strips over it. And I don't know, I didn't try it, but
sounds good too.
Yeah, I mean, that one didn't have
always
anything.
Milkshakes hit. I love a milkshake. Yeah. I love a good milkshake.
I would say that one didn't have sticky on that.
If I was gonna get something like that, I'd probably be like, no.
I'm like, rim. I didn't have any stickiness on it until the end when I was like,
yeah, I'd probably be like, no rim, no thanks. But other than that, it sounds good. It sounds delicious. But you know what I was thinking of? Is that one ice cream place still there? I remember one time when we were like first living like super close to each other and we were hanging out. We went there. I think it's called like Crave. No,
Cream. It's been gone Cream. For a long time.
Oh, dang, that's a bummer. Because I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, it was so.
I was just talking
cute.
to someone about that the other day.
Yeah, and it was good. They had that ube flavor or whatever. It was so yummy. Damn.
R.I.P.
I know. I want ice cream now.
I remember that they sold it, like, resold it or something, and then, like, they're, like, reopening soon with new management, and then I don't think it ever did.
Damn!
Yeah, so.
What's there now? Nothing?
Something. Oh. I've driven by, but I haven't looked anymore.
Yeah. I want an ice cream cone.
I have ice cream in the freezer and mini cones. If you want some, I can have one brought to us probably.
Oh my god, by your butler? You have a butler now? This podcast has made you rich.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want people to start being my friends.
Record. Oh yeah,
no,
yeah,
just
yeah.
kidding.
Fake if they start coming out of the woodworks.
They're like, oh, remember me?
That's so funny.
We were watching clips of Ralph Barbosa's stand-up
so
last night.
Funny.
Because my partner was like, what should we watch? And then he's like, why don't we watch some stand-up? And we put on like 4 people, and it was just
not funny.
Not funny.
I know.
I was like, oh, like, why do these people have specials?
Exactly.
Like,
and that was why I was like, I love Ralph Barbosa, but I think that's why I haven't watched his stand-up or like anybody's for the longest time, because it feels like that every time I try to watch a stand-up. It's like, this isn't even funny. Why did they do this?
Let me tell you, Ralph's Hits, his Netflix special, hilarious. I put it on again.
Okay, nice.
Because I had seen it. Well, I hadn't seen all of it. I saw it in parts, and then so I rewatched it last night with my partner.
He's a very funny comedian.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I was like...
His friend's on Tiger Belly. He's like
nice.
On there, but he's not... He's not as out there as Ralph Barbos is, so he's like not usually talking. Usually it's funny because he never talks, and then he just says yes out of nowhere, and it's like the quietest. It's just so funny for that. I don't know, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Really quick, I got. Wait, where the heck is it? Hold on, I threw it in here. I got this for you from work.
Mm-hmm. That is so cute. So people who are listening, I guess it's a Fluttershy. It's a My Little Pony thing, and it looks like it's Fluttershy and maybe not Octavia, but what's that? Colgate, and maybe the teacher, but the other one's not too familiar, so maybe
I just thought they were cute.
Super cute, actually. It's like watercolor sketch or whatever.
Yes, maybe
we'll post a photo of it. That's so cute. Yes. That's so cute. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Nice. I saw it and I was like, how cute.
I love that. I love My Little Pony, which is like one of our coworkers had. They had one, I think, if I can remember correctly, retro My Little Pony thing.
Okay.
In their collection of stuff. And I was like, that's really cool. But they had so many nostalgic Care Bears things and so many Muppets and Muppet Babies. It was so fucking impressive. I've never seen such a cool collection of stuff in my life.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm very jealous.
So what are you grateful for this week?
I am grateful for... friends, obviously. My babies, obviously, but friendship because friends. I don't put myself out there a lot and I don't do a lot of stuff, but I am grateful for the friends that I have and that they're so patient that I don't do things all the time. Because then when I do things, or I kind of push myself to do the things, I actually have a lot of fun. It's just really hard to remember that, I think, for me sometimes. Like, when it comes to planning and doing things, it's like, I'm so scared that I'm not going to have a good time, or I'm not going to be good or fun. And then it's like, I still have fun every single time. So I don't know what I'm always afraid of, but I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I can push myself, I guess, to do those things anyway. And I'm still grateful I'm wanting to create art still. I got the art bug still, because from last week to this week, you could always disappear, and it's still here, so I'm so grateful for that. What about you?
I guess I'm just grateful to be able to have 2 jobs, I guess. Because there are people trying to get jobs that they can't.
That's true. That's true.
Just grateful for my strength, I guess. I don't know. I just be going so hard at life sometimes, and people are like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I just be running, X game mode all the time.
Yes.
But also, I was going to say, here's my little journal I was telling you about.
Beautiful writing.
Yeah. Glitter. My mom gave me this a long time ago. But I have a list here, and I think this is what I was grateful for August 21st, 2019.
Okay.
It says, I am grateful for my mom because she is always there for me and helps me when she can. I am grateful for Simba and Moon because they help take care of me and bring me so much joy and happiness. I am grateful for my partner because he helps me and takes care of me. I'm grateful for my car because it gets me to work and provides me transportation whenever I need it. I am grateful for my jobs because they provide me money for my needs and wants. I am grateful for my siblings because they have nothing but unconditional love for me.
Aww.
I am grateful for my health because it keeps me healthy and alive. I am grateful for my middle school best friend because she is one of the bestest friends that serves me. Aww. And then I am grateful for books because they aid in my never-ending growth. And I am grateful for podcasts because they are super informative and helpful and make my day so pleasant.
Nice.
And yeah, that's that. And then I peered over to August 22nd and then I caught a glance of the word Fortnite. But it says I am grateful for Fortnite because it is one of my favorite games and gives me joy playing with long distance friends or friends that I rarely see.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, I'm so
that's
cute.
That's so nice. I love that.
So
I like that. What stuck out to me the most about what you wrote down was you saying that you're grateful for your car.
Yeah.
Because duh. And that's that is such an overlooked thing. It's like, yeah, I am grateful for my being able to transport from A to B whenever I want to because it's my car.
Yeah.
Like that's something to not overlook. So that's really cool. And I think that practicing that journaling, being able to write down those things is so good. Yeah, yes, definitely help you be more aware.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, even just reading this made my heart flutter a little bit. I'm like,
yeah,
cute.
That was really, really cute. Thank you for sharing with us.
Oh yeah,
Jess.
of course.
Heck yeah. Do you have any plans coming up?
Plans. I'm probably gonna go to my favorite festival, the UNS Festival. Nice. I think it'll be my 8th year in a row going.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. But besides that, not really. I think I'm just pretty much just working. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything really that I have planned out.
Yeah. I don't think
besides working.
Yeah. I'm I don't know. Other than my move and then next month I have a tattoo. I don't think I have anything really.
Yeah, nice.
On the books. I was thinking I saw some piercings.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just thought they were cool on the person, so maybe that's why I was projecting it onto my face. I was like, yeah, it'd look cool too.
Which ones? Where?
It was 2 eyebrow piercings right here. So in the beginning of the eyebrows. And I don't know why, but just the idea of those two reminded me of a butterfly, having them both there. Just the points.
So 2 stacked or just 2 here?
Yeah, an eyebrow piercing. So it'd be 2 balls, one on top, one on bottom. So it's boom, boom. And it was cute. And then they didn't have their bridge, but they had nose rings.
Okay.
And then the septum. And I was like, oh, that's low-key cool. Because it just kind of brings the face.
Just connects it all.
Yeah, just really smooth and nice. And I only have 1 eyebrow piercing. And I was like, should I get rid of this one and do 2 here? Or do another one on this side and get 2 on this side? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I
think either way would look cute.
Thank you. I just think I don't know. I'm always just itching for someone. I want a new piercing.
You're I just want someone to put a hole in my face. Push a needle through me.
Yeah, do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll start getting my ear done.
Dude, I've been wanting an ear one so bad. It's been so long.
Yeah, I'm scared though. I don't know why I'm scared. I've gotten so many other piercings. I know, but the ears seem scary.
That's hilarious. I'm ears seem so whatever. Do whatever to my ear.
Because they're kind of hard. It's cartilage.
It's thin cartilage. Look at the way it just.
Yeah, but
I'm I'll pierce it right now.
I bet it'll make a weird noise.
It depends where you do it from. When I got this one was probably the loudest, but when I got any over here, they're not too bad. I have 2 or 3. I need to reopen them over here.
I'm part of a group on Facebook called I don't know if it's called just piercing shaming or what it's called, but it's just bad piercings or piercing jobs. Okay. And I see people get piercings lower than they're supposed to. So if they get a septum, it's on the tip of their skin, it just looks fucked up. And on the ear, a lot of times it's a really bad industrial that's going way too straight.
Yeah.
Or, it just looks fucked up. And it's just crazy because I'm so grateful that I'm grateful for Black Hole. I'm grateful for
I love
proper piercing and piercing etiquette. And the piercers really give a shit about what they're doing in their job. And they're all part of that piercing association or whatever. Yes. Which apparently not all piercers have to be. You just choose to not be part of that. And that's crazy to me because that's nuts. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I came across this TikTok, I think it was yesterday night. And it was this girl getting a piercing on her, I think it was up here, if I remember, or bottom, I can't remember.
With the
With the apprentice?
Yes. Oh no, that video. I had to swipe because I don't know if they actually do the piercing or not.
No, they don't. Okay. It switches over to like the main piercer.
Okay, yeah, because I was fucking stressed out.
I'm like, dude, the lip kept slipping, and I was like, what are you doing?
He was like, pull it straight, and she kept bending it.
Yeah,
and bending it, and then
her saying like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Well, she was like, what did she? I think she asked him. She was like, can you do it instead, or can you watch her? You don't
trust her?
And yeah, he was like, she's got it. It's like, what the fuck? I'm getting up right there. I'm leaving. Like, they didn't care about how she felt. She was stressing, bro. Yeah. If I felt that nervous about a piercing I was about to get, I wouldn't do it. Because my eyebrow was done by an apprentice. It was her second time ever doing an eyebrow.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I had full confidence in her. Like, she literally didn't give me a single shroud of, I can't do this. Yes. Like, she was by herself and everything. And, like, this person in the video is, like, shaking and, like, slipping and dropping her lip and, like, can't line things. That stressed me out. I could never do that. Yes. I would have got up and left. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. It's like bad tattoos. It's like, how do you see them tattooing you and it's really, really shitty and you're like, y'all, I'm going to sit through this and wait for them to finish. Like, get up and leave. Well, it's okay to, like, do that, I think.
Yeah.
It's permanent.
Yeah.
Like, piercings, you can take them out, but they're still damaging your body.
No, yeah, I was to say, have you seen that, like, trend where people are like, oh my gosh, I took out this piercing and there's a hole, like, a permanent hole. And I'm like,
yeah. If you didn't want a permanent hole, you should have taken it out before it healed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe people do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about taking out my bottom lip, the newest one I got.
So I can get it instead.
No, you could have got it anyway.
I'm just kidding.
You could get it anyway.
I'm just kidding.
It is just kind of bothersome to like drink and eat with. Like, especially, I don't know if it's just the healing process. Granted,
I was gonna say,
been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but anything around your, like, especially this part of your lip is gonna take way longer.
I know. I guess I'm just like not used to it.
Because you keep biting your lip.
I'm like, I know, I'm like licking it. I'm like so active with it. I'm like always, I've always been like a lick lipper, especially like if I'm like super focused on like sticking out my tongue, like, you know, doing stuff like that. But with this, I love spicy shit, and I can't like just bite into big things either, because then it stretches and like kind of is uncomfortable. If it gets sauce in there, it fucking burns a little bit. It's like, and when I drink, sometimes I can hook it, and that's uncomfortable. I do think I need a shorter push at some point, obviously, and that's part of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks a little long.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just being impatient. Yeah, but it's because none of my other piercings have taken this long to heal.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say all your other piercings are in areas that don't get moved that much or touched that much.
That's true.
So,
but are you gonna get this?
Probably not right now.
But you want to still?
Maybe.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I was just saying. That'd be cool.
I was gonna say, hold on, let me pause this. So this TikTok came across my page the other day, and it's a clip of a girl talking about like those autism test questions.
Oh, okay.
And then she's like, this is one of the questions. And so the question is, what do 2 and 7 have in common?
Wait, what is this? Okay, what does 2 and 7 have in common? Okay.
Yes, so I'm asking you, what do you think? Because that's one of the questions, so that's what...
Is it a math question or it's a riddle?
That's just the question. What do 2 and 7 have in common?
What is this autism test?
Well, it's like...
It's
like the questions that, like, the professionals actually ask you, and that's one of the questions off of the test.
There's not just, like, one test, though.
I know, but there's a bunch of questions, so this is, like, one of the questions off of, like, a specific test that a lot of people use.
Interesting.
So, like, the first one, or not the first one, but the first one that I personally have heard is the one where it's, like, they say, how do you brush your teeth?
Like, in the pattern?
Just, like, show me how you brush your teeth.
Oh, they ask you to do it?
Yeah. Okay. And so, if you would do that, how would you show me? Yes. So we go like this, holding the toothbrush. Someone else on the spectrum or something would go like...
Their hand is.
Yeah, like a different motion. So then that's their giveaway. So then this is another question. And it's,
okay,
what do 2 and 7 have in common?
Have in common. Their numbers.
Okay, yeah. So we answered right. We had the same thought. People on the spectrum will say like, oh, they're curved or they have like a certain...
I see.
And that's how they clock it. They're like, interesting.
Right. Instead of the most basic answer, which is that they're never right, they have an extra way of thinking. Yes. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But just cool. Yeah. Just
that's a cool question. I wonder what our listeners said when you asked
what did you guys think?
Let us know if you can what you said they have in common. That's pretty cool.
So we actually had a few responses to our AMA questions, quite a handful, but I was thinking maybe we should just answer a few.
Okay, yeah.
But let me pull this up. It'll take a second. But did you want to do word of the day?
Okay, yeah. What is the word?
Okay, let me pull it up.
Okay.
It is I didn't get the pronunciation, but so I'm going to read it like it is. Thanatophobia.
Okay, so it's a fear.
Yes.
NATO, like THANATO.
Yeah, unless it's thanato. But yeah, thanato. I can look up the pronunciation if you want.
NATO, isn't that a government thing?
Isn't
that a Call of Duty thing or something?
It is the National Alliance
Terrorist Organization.
Is it?
I don't know.
Did we get it?
I don't know.
Hold on. NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, that was a live corrections corner.
That's so funny. We were not close.
No. Okay, here is the pronunciation.
Thanatophobia.
Thanatophobia?
Yes.
My guess is, thanatophobia. Well, obviously a sentence is like, I have thanatophobia. What is thanatophobia? Is it like the fear of like the sun?
No.
What is it?
It is someone who can't stop thinking and fretting about death.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like you're always thinking it's going to happen to you?
Yes.
Or other people?
I think to you. I'm assuming, or let me see.
Yeah, I wonder.
Beyond normal worries, true thanatophobia makes it hard to sleep, work, or enjoy life. So probably
you're
yourself.
Gonna die, yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
That's like when you think your life's like Final Destination.
Ooh.
You know, you're always thinking like the things that could happen to you.
Yeah.
And you might die. That's really crazy. Was it say your partner's little sister?
Yeah.
I had her watch all the Final Destinations at some point.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really like. I still look back and I think it's so funny and like I love so much because those were like, some of them are like kind of funny just because it's like after so many, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like, what interesting good movies though, because they definitely set off some type of like, oh, this could be in Final Destination, like thought process, you know? Which is really crazy. They played on people's fears a lot. Like I think I was talking to a coworker about it before.
Yeah.
And they were saying they like hate the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, crazy. In Final Destination, there's a death where like he jumps to the bottom of the pool and the something else side of the world turns on the pump.
Yes.
And he gets his like balls or whatever sucked down first and then his butthole basically and all his guts just suck through and spray out of the pump or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like all gross and gross. And she was like, yeah, that sounds horrible. I was like, yeah, I feel like those movies really did a good job choosing like certain fears that are like not
the
super
driving,
common, but common
like
enough.
Driving behind the truck full of logs.
Yeah, exactly. Like now you're just always thinking like,
yes,
when you're
you like
a
move
log,
over.
Yeah, you're like, never mind. Like I'm just gonna move. Yeah, exactly that. And like, not that it was like an idea of mine to go tanning, but I will never go tanning in a tanning bed because of those movies.
Yeah, dude, I love that song that plays during it. That
so good. Yeah, so good. Dude, great soundtrack on that one specifically, too. Such a good soundtrack.
So, okay, let me read our first question.
Okay.
It says, if you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's so deep.
That's a hella good question. Do you want to go first or me?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
If I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self something, I think it would be to not work so hard, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like I have always worked really, really hard. I think around that time I was working like 2 to 3 jobs in some cases, or like working 7 days a week, and like obviously here I am like
doing it again
almost 10 years later, and like I guess I wish I would have did more fun things around that time, spent more time with friends, and just been more grateful and like wanted to do more stuff, because like now that I'm like, oh yeah, let's do stuff, everyone's like working hella hard and like has kids or like can't do stuff.
It's not the same.
So
that's some pretty good advice.
Oh, and love yourself.
Ooh, hits. I think that would be part of what I say too, like love yourself, but because I feel like my first thought was 18-year-old me, maybe I should tell myself like to not give up, or to not, what is it called? Like, give in to any type of thing that I didn't want to do. Or, like, to go for things that I wanted to go for, not just things I thought I should want to go for. I wish that, like, I had known that, because I was in a serious relationship at the time. I guess I wish that I could tell myself that, like, that's not end all be all. Like, you don't give up who you are for relationships. Yeah. You still are yourself, and you are what you bring to the relationship. So you should focus on yourself. And I think that would be what I tell myself, because I think afterwards it took me a while to be who I was, or like try to find who I am. And obviously that's an everyday thing, but it would have probably been easier if I had always been doing that. Yes. So that's what I would tell myself. Good question.
Thanks, guys. Should we read another one, or
maybe one more? That's
one more.
Yeah,
okay, let me pick a good one.
Okay.
Let's see one that's not too crazy. What star sign are you?
Oh, fun! I'm a Virgo.
Okay, very cool, very cool. I'm a Capricorn.
And that's why we get along so well. Yes. Also, I am known, I don't know if you want to talk more, if you have like any idea, but like, because I'm not super deep into that, but I know that the people that I like, and I feel like both of my parents are Pisces. Different months Pisces, but still Pisces. Yes. And me and my partner are both Virgos, same day and month Virgos, but it's different years. And they always say like, signs of the same like typically don't last or are in relationships together. But I don't know, my parents did it, I guess, and like I'm doing it. But like Pisces and I, like that, we're like, they're always like the closest people to me.
My best friend that I saw this week is a Pisces.
Pisces are so cool.
And
women Pisces.
I love her.
Specifically.
I was gonna say I don't Pisces. Know if maybe, or no, I do. I would say my brother is one. I was trying to think of like
a male Pisces.
Yeah, but I also am not big on like, what's your sign?
Yeah, I love asking people, not because I take it seriously. Like if you tell me you're a fucking, I don't know, any sign, I'm not gonna be like, ugh, like can't be friends with you, can't talk to you. I don't have any pre-decided judgments either about you. But I just tend, like, I guess only positive one, and it's always typically for Pisces. Like, if I meet a Pisces girl, and I find out they're a Pisces girl, I usually get a little bit more excited just because I'm like, cool, like, typically we vibe out. Like, I can handle this. Otherwise, I don't really have any which way about it judgment, but it's just fun to know. It's, like, fun to talk about.
Well, it's like, I don't even, like, know anything about, like, them to any extent, but me and one of my coworkers on day shift were really vibed out, and he was like, when's your birthday? He's like, is your birthday in January? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I could tell. He's like, are you a Capricorn? I was like, yeah. He's like, I always get along with Capricorns, and he's a Virgo.
That's so crazy.
So I
just do think there is some patterns that just work out, like, in the terms of, like, who we get along with, and that doesn't mean that we can't get along with other signs.
Yeah.
You know, just because you haven't gone along with somebody in the past of that sign. But it's just so crazy to see those patterns of good things where you're like, well, Pisces and I always get along, or Capricorns and I always get along. And, like, it's so crazy. Like, I have a Leo friend, and people always say, like, Leos are so this and that, whatever. Yeah. And I have no idea about any of that because my Leo friend is literally the coolest person ever. So I don't know what the fuck.
Well, and then, like, there's that thing that people always say too. There's like two types of every sign: the one at the beginning, or the one at the end, or the one in the different months.
Different months. Yeah, like people say August Virgos aren't as cool as September Virgos, or maybe it was opposite. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I think, I don't know, because when I kind of, like, ask my astrology friends and stuff, because I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But when I ask them and stuff, it definitely seemed like people hate Virgos for some reason. Like, people are, like, big haters, especially towards male Virgos. But I haven't had too many... Okay, so yeah, I just feel like... I don't know too many Virgos, but my partner is a great person, so I don't know about that. And every other Virgo I met is pretty much to themselves. Like, I don't really meet a lot of Virgos that's, like, out there and trying to get all the attention.
I was just gonna read our sun sign compatibility according to Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat? Nice. Okay.
It's cute.
Forgot they did that.
You two just get each other so easily. You both are focused on your values and priorities. So when those are aligned, you can become some sort of each other's best allies and assets.
Aww.
You are both hardworking and focused on your goals. So you can offer just the right amount of practical support and encouragement to lighten things up and make them fun. When you're relaxed and in play mode, you can even get a bit wild. You have fun together and know that there is a deep level of trust and reliability between you.
Aww.
Very cute.
That's so nice.
Yes.
You know what? Opposite of that, let's look up our sign's worst trait and then read that and see if it relates to us.
Okay. Here, let me pause this to kill some dead space.
Yeah. All right. So for Virgo, it says the top 3 are compulsively picky, judgmental, and overthinks a lot.
Okay, do you resonate with any of those?
I would like to say that I'm not judgmental, but in a realistic setting, I guess we all are a little bit, right? So I feel like, I guess.
Okay.
Picky, absolutely, and overthinking a lot, I guess I do too. But not in terms of other people. I feel like it's mostly, well, maybe, but like personal typically. It's like usually I'm overthinking my own shit.
Yeah.
Not other stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
What about yours?
Mine say top 3. They are naturally suspicious, overly critical, and unforgiving.
What do you think?
You
unforgiving?
I am not unforgiving. I forgave all those motherfuckers.
Yeah. We be given a lot of chances.
I'd be given, unlimited chances. Oh, no.
Don't abuse that, but you do.
I do. I'm like suspicious. I'd be getting sus. I'd be picking up vibes, you know?
Yeah. Do you think you're inherently suspicious, though? Do you think, like, when you meet somebody, you're immediately like, I gotta suss them out? Or do you first trust and then you're sus?
I don't. Okay, I feel like anytime I meet anyone, I don't trust or not trust them. Mm-hmm. I can pick up your vibe, and sometimes I'll meet someone and I just, like, right away, I'm like, oh. Yeah. I'm like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there's something weird about you. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be like, I don't like that person. I don't know, got weird vibes. And then later, I'm like, oh, see, that's why.
That's why I didn't like it.
That's why.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even fully that. I feel like sometimes you can feel that way about somebody, and it's just because, like, you know what? I just know we're not going to click.
Yeah.
Regardless if you click with somebody else, that's cool, but I don't think we're going to vibe.
No, yeah, definitely. But that's what I'm saying. People will be, like, best friends with that person, and then, bam, crazy. They do bad stuff. They're not the best person. I'm like, that's why that's not my friend.
Yeah.
I'm like overly critical for sure. Yeah. Mostly of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is so weird how internal everything is when I feel like as people, we always assume things are about us, or externally people are always doing it to us or because of us or whatever, and it's most of the time always internal stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was gonna say, so like the other day I was walking and like felt like everyone kept looking at me and I was like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And like I was like with my coworker and I was like, dude, people keep looking at me. I was like, it's pissing me off. And then they were like, it's just your blue hair. And I was like, and they were like, it's always the blue hair. And I was like, interesting.
Oh.
I was like, what a way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess maybe I can trick myself into thinking that's why. I don't know. I just felt like everyone was hating me.
I was so defensive, too, because I would have been the same way. Like, maybe, but, like, also maybe not, you know? Yeah. Like, what if they're not, though? I don't know. I feel like I understand your thought process.
They were like, blue hair's not normal. And I was like, I guess.
But, like, also, is it enough to be looking at me like that? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know, because I feel that, too. Like, even if I do get... Because I've asked my partner, this, like, when I get dressed up or go out or something, it's like, why are they looking at me? He's like, oh, because you got dressed up. It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. There's not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, they
can't just look at me.
Yeah, and they can't look at me for that long. Like, even if it was your hair or an outfit, it's like, okay, glance, go on. Yeah, like, why are you looking?
Yes. I'm like, because earlier, I stopped by Walmart before I came home to get some stuff for dinner. Mm-hmm. And... there was this girl with the blue wig on, and I definitely looked because I was like, is that your real hair? And I was like, oh, it's not. But then I looked away.
Yeah.
And like,
exactly.
I'm like, quick. I was like, quick glance. Yeah. No, like.
Yeah, I love piercings. If I see people with piercings, especially if they have these like angel fangs like me, it's like, I'm always going to look, but I'm not like looking. I'm not like staring at them. I'm like,
and if I want to look, I'll go up to you and ask.
Yeah, oh, nice. Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe your coworker's right. Maybe it's just the blue hair, though. I don't know. Or maybe people just can't mind their business. Sometimes I really
Probably both.
Like,
Probably both.
Say, we both know somebody who just be looking at people, and it's like, what the fuck are you looking at? But it's like, that's just what they do. They just, like, they can't help it. They're like a pelican or something. They just, like, look at things. I don't know.
Definitely.
Well... Oh, I was going to ask you, how's your book been?
Oh my gosh, so good. So good. I finished the second one. I'm about to start the third one.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It got so crazy. Are you ever going to read the books?
Probably not.
Okay. So. Okay. Well, okay. So in the first book, she, goes over...
Spoiler alert or no?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Don't listen further if
that one coworker that might start listening to the books or reading the books, get out of here.
Yeah.
We're saying goodnight after this.
Yeah.
But basically, all right, I'm going to give him a few seconds to click off.
All right.
Okay, should be gone.
Okay.
In the first book, she crosses over whatever because of that treaty that I had mentioned. Mm-hmm. Then, blah, 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 this plays out. She goes back home because... the fairy she's in love with is like, no, go, it's too dangerous for you to be here, go back home. And then, like, she stresses out and is like, I need to go back and save him. Mm-hmm. Goes back to the, like, over the wall and goes back to the little kingdom she was in. And it's, like, torn to shreds. And she's like, I'm going to go and I'm going to go fight to get him back. And they go to gosh, I can't think of the names anymore. Okay. But they go to the other place where Amarantha, and she's like the tyrant, and she has like all the fairies under her control, blah, blah, blah. And then has him there as like her little pet on the side or whatever. Wow. And like he pretends that he doesn't know her because he wants her to like leave. And then she ends up staying and fighting and like makes a deal with Amarantha and says like, oh, if you pass 3 trials, like I'll free everyone and whatever. And so she ends up getting help from Rhysand, who is like one of the fairies there. And he's like Amarantha's whore is like the whatever. And, like, of course, there's a lot of stuff in between. Mm-hmm. But he ends up making a bargain with her, and it, like, tattoos her whole arm with black. That is, like, the bond. Like, that's how you make a deal. And, like, puts an eye right here on her palm. Hand? And, like, he can see through the eye. It's like a bond or something. Oh, and, like, creepy. He helps her, like, pass, like, the second trial and this and that. And then zoom to the end, whatever. It's, like, the last trial. And she's like, if you killed 3 fairies, like, that's it. So she takes them off, kills one. Takes him off, kills the other. And then she goes to kill the 3rd fairy. And it's him, the guy that she's in love with.
Wow. And
then she's like, you know, you gotta do it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like, so she's assuming she's not gonna do it because that's the love of her life. That's the love of her life. And then she like, she tunes in and like remembers like, they kept saying like, oh yeah, he has a hardest something. And then she's like, okay, there's no way, because Amarantha is in love with, what the heck's his name? Gosh, I'm blanking.
The one that she's in love
Tamlin,
with?
Yeah.
Okay. Tamlin. So they're both in love with the same guy. But that she's trying to make kill, allegedly, this guy.
Yeah, and he wants nothing to do with her.
Yeah,
and
he's in love with the main character.
Yeah, and that's why she's upset or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then to Feyre, that's the main girl's name, she was like, there's no way that she would like make me murder the person that she loves. Mm-hmm. Goes to stab him because she's like, I'm hoping I'm right. And yeah, it clinks. He has a heart of stone.
Oh, yeah.
So, blah, blah, they're like, oh, yay. Like, we did it. And then she's like, well, I never said when I was going to release everyone.
Oh, no.
And, like, it turns into this thing. And then she starts killing Feyre.
No.
And, like, literally, that's when my audiobook cut off. No! And I was like, and I had to wait a month.
That's crazy.
It clicks back. And she wakes up, and all of the High Fae, there's 7 of them, came together and used their powers to bring her back because she died.
Oh.
And, like, she gets killed, whatever. The start of the next book, she's with whatever. She's with Tamlin. They're doing this, and that. She's living her life as a fairy now because she's immortal now. And, she's going crazy. He's not letting her out of the house. He's not letting her tag along in missions.
Why? Because he's afraid she's going to get hurt?
Yes. He's, like, so scarred that, like, he doesn't want her to do anything. Mm. And she still has that bond with Rhysand. And in the agreement, he said, you have to come see me once a month for however long.
She has to leave soon.
So they're, like, about to get married, and then in her head, she's like, please, will anyone save me, blah, 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 blah. And he shows up and takes her, and then he's like...
Wait. She wanted to get saved from her marriage?
Yeah, because she was just going insane, because she's like, I don't feel happy.
Yeah, because he's just trapping me here in this house. Wow, and then, all that for him.
Exactly. And, like, so he pulls her, and what are you doing? Why'd you ruin my blah, 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 blah. He's like, I heard you through our bond. Like, I heard you begging for anyone. So this is the
love interest?
And this is Rhysand. That's the guy who, like, helped her, but, like...
Is he a love interest?
Everyone thinks he's a bad guy, because that's what he shows everyone, that he's a terrible dude.
And he's also the tyrant's whore?
Yeah, but she's dead. She's gone. They killed her. He killed her. They all got rid of her.
Cool.
And, she's like, why'd you do that? Well, then she doesn't go back.
Yeah.
And then she sends a letter to Tamlin and is like, I left on my own accord. Like, don't come looking for me. And then, like, it progresses, and, like, Rhysand, like, helps her hone in her powers because she's made of all 7 of the High Lords. So she gets, like, each one of their powers and stuff. Super cool. She's going whatever. They're trying to, like, fight war with, like, the king and blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to the end, right? Oh, hold on. Let me just back it up. Rhysand and her are, like, meant to be mates for life, and that's, like, a whole special thing. It's, like, everyone knew, and I guess, like, the minute that he thought she was her mate the first time he met her in the first book, but knew after that she came back to life, but didn't want to tell her because she was so in love with the other guy.
Yeah.
And so she gets mad about it when she finds out.
Classic.
Forgives them. They get married. And, like, no one knows they got married. And they go to whatever to fight the last guy. And Tamlin...
Dude's there.
Tamlin, like... shows up and makes a he makes a treaty with the king, and he's like, get her back for me, and like, I'll do this, and this. And her sisters are humans still. They kidnap her sisters and like force them to become fairies. So like,
they killed them?
They make them go into the cauldron, and the cauldron spits them out as a fairy. And she's freaking out. She's like pissed, and like her like main core people that live with her, whatever, are like on the verge of dying, and like there's nothing else she can do, and like she's like so upset that her sister's just like, you know, blah blah blah. So then like they have one trick up her sleeve, and then she's like pretends to snap out of like a trance.
Oh, because I'm happy again.
She's like, oh my god, Tamlin, take me home. Oh wow. What did you do? And like they pull it off so good. And then they dip and they take the sisters, and then like they go back to the castle, and there's this one guy, Lucian, who's like Tamlin's right hand, and he's like, how did you break away from the spell? Like, he's a powerful guy. Like, this is, so he's sussing her out right away. And then like when one of her sisters turns into the fairy, he's like, you're my mate, like, because they can tell right away. And then that's it. That's the end of the book. And then the last chapter is Rhysand, and he's like, yeah, she's the lady of the whatever, because we got married the other night, didn't tell anyone. And like, that's where the book ended.
Wow.
And so I'm going to start the next one, and
wow.
Yeah, I highly recommend them, guys.
So she did all that for a guy who turned out to be like,
because he's so crazy. And then he's like, yeah, I would do anything, because he's like, you went and told these people where our sacred grounds were, and he's like, I would do anything for you. And she's like, oh yeah, thanks. Like, and she's just playing it off.
Right, because she's trying to survive.
Yeah. And her plan is, at the end of Rhysand's chapter, he says she's going to infiltrate him and finish him from within. So she's going to go in, undercover, and I don't know what she's going to do, but I'm pretty sure she's going to stir up the pot. But
can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
Try to do it really fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was listening to a story where this woman, she lived in Canada, and she was doing a teacher thing where she was becoming a teacher, but they have a program where they put you into your different positions that they need teachers in or whatever. And she wanted to be placed in London, and she got her spot. And they told her, cool, all you have to do is live with these other people in the program in this house, and you just be roommates. And she's like, cool, sounds fine. It's other women. This one roommate, I guess, is having dudes in and out of her house, like, or their house all the time. Like, she goes out and drinks, and she's like, that's not a problem, but it's just that she keeps bringing these strangers in and, like, passing out with them, and it's like, kick them out at some point, or, like, make sure they leave, but she doesn't. So she tells her one day, dude, this is dangerous. You're letting too many dudes in. This is just, stop doing that. And then I guess also they had been going on trips together, but at this point she owed OP a lot of money.
Yes.
And so she stopped inviting her, because she was like, well, she can't spend money because she owes me money. So how the fuck is she going to spend money? So she stopped inviting her. And so she goes on this one trip, and her roommate is pissed, like beyond pissed. But she's like, well, I can't invite her. So she comes back. When she comes back, there's two dudes in the living room, drunk off their ass, like the house is trash, whatever, and she can't find her roommate. She's like, what the heck? She goes into the roommate's room, and she's asleep, just like passed out. There's two dudes awake in the house, and she's like, wakes her up, and she's like, I told you this can't be happening. Yeah, you knew I was coming home. You should get these guys out of here. She just goes back to bed or whatever. So she's like, get out. Like, she tells the two dudes to get out. They leave. She goes upstairs, whatever, goes to bed. I don't know if it's like a few days or a week or whatever, but she's like grading papers in her bed, and she's like all these papers in front of her, and she says she like sees something kind of in the corner of her eye, like a perch.
Oh my god!
And she's like, you know, whatever, and then she like kind of looks up at some dude, so she's like, oh, so and so's downstairs, wrong room. Like, she assumes it's for the roommate. Oh my god!
Okay, and, I know this story.
Oh, do you?
I heard it on like Let's Not Meet, but go on, keep telling me.
Okay. So then she's like, looks up again, and he has a knife and a bottle of alcohol. So she like says that like whatever it was, just something in her told her to go with it. So she's like, hey, you want to party? Like, let's go get glasses. And he's like, oh yeah, you're a proper bird, you need glasses. So he like puts the knife up to her back and like walks her downstairs. And she says that if she's gonna run, the door should be unlocked because they have a janky door, and if it's locked, it would be hard for her to get out. But at some point, she just books it. She, like, ends up running, and she does make it out. And she's screaming, help, 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 help. And she says the next thing she knows, she's getting, like, a huge hit in the side. Yes. And she just, like, next she wakes up, she, like, opens her eyes, and some dude's, like, hitting the guy that attacked her, was, like, in the house. And they're calling the cops, and they're, like, everyone's, like, there's two dudes, I guess, like, panicking or whatever. And the dude takes off running, and they tell her to go back inside and, like, lock all the doors and the windows. And she's like, okay. So she runs back inside, locks all the doors, locks all the windows. And then I don't know how much time goes by, probably a lot, or not a lot, but it's like when you're scared, it just happens so fast. So she's like banging, she hears banging on the door, and she like looks down from her window upstairs, and it's the guy again. He came all the way back, and she's like, the cops are coming, like the cops are on their way. And then the lights come, and so he takes off again, and then they tell her, hey, do you have anywhere to stay tonight, because he got out of our grass? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. So she stays somewhere, and then they tell her that they caught him. And then they take her to some hill, and they show her where he had been nesting out, watching her house from the hill for months. He was doing it for at least 6 months. Yes. And he had a crush on her for at least 8 or 9 months, or like a year or something like that. And he used the roommate because he knew she was easy to get into and steal their house key so he could come in whenever he wanted. And they said that he was a serial assaulter and stuff. Yes. And I just, like, when I heard that story, I was like, oh, dude, that made me feel so sick. She almost, like, didn't survive.
Yeah, she wrote into the Let's Not Meet podcast about it.
I was going to say, I think the podcast I heard it on was Radio Rental.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was, like, really crazy. I was like, oh, shit.
Yes, because I heard it on there, too. Yeah.
I love Radio Rental. So
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing before we peace out. And it's about the Soul Boom podcast, because they came out with another episode. Super good for different reasons, because I didn't agree with a lot, or I guess I can't necessarily say I didn't agree with, but I didn't enjoy listening to the guest sometimes when he had something to say. It wasn't always productive, or like it didn't feel positive. It felt very like hater. I don't know, like that's the simplest way I could put it. It's like
he was sipping on that haterade for reals.
Mm-hmm, the haterade's like in his veins or something. Okay. But Rainn Wilson, I applaud, and I think what made the episode so good is that he felt comfortable to push back and have that conversation with him. Love that. But that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Anything else, Jess?
I think that's it.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us in the abyss. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.